Hi, I'm Jeep Bryant, President of the Arts and Science Council. Today I've been thinking back to one of the first conference calls that we held with Charlotte-Mecklenburg's cultural community just as the COVID-19 crisis was beginning. I remember we all felt the anxiety when we heard one of our community leaders say on the call, this is all gravity and no floor. And she said that as our performing arts venues and museums were rushing to close their doors in just a matter of hours, and this was days before the restaurants and bars were closing. We watched as the lights went out on creative spaces across our community. Suddenly there were no ticket sales, there were no rehearsals, no fundraising events. There were canceled gigs impacting artists and musicians and performers. All gravity and no floor. But instead of hunkering down, our creative community really found some vital ways to put both their equipment and their skills to work. Staff members at Discovery Place took 3D printers home and started making face shields for healthcare workers. The costume shops at Charlotte Ballet and Children's Theater, Actors Theater, and Theater Charlotte suddenly came to life producing cloth masks for hospitals as well. And the Met Museum donated nitrate gloves. At ASC's Culture Blocks program, artist Arsenia Schroeder quickly converted her workshop into a virtual experience, and her company, Dear Soul Music, is now offering micro grants to artists. ASC revamped a scheduled panel review of our Creative Fellowship Awards, convening a group of past recipients and cultural community leaders via Zoom to review the applications. Many members of that selection panel were moved as they read the words of artists in these applications. These were words written before the crisis began, describing how artists wanted to use their potential grants as a way of giving back to the communities where they live and where they work. As the winners have been notified in recent days, one member of my team told me, as we make these calls, the key emotion we're hearing is just an overwhelming sense of relief. ASC has also established the Mecklenburg Creatives Resiliency Fund. This is to assist artists and musicians and performers and other creatives in our community. Artists can apply on the ASC website, artsandscience.org. There's a pop-up box for applications. And all of us can go there and click on Donate Now to support this effort. And when you click through, you'll also have the opportunity to make a contribution to ASC's resources as we marshal the funds needed for the next round of grants to the cultural organizations in Charlotte-Mecklenburg. Together, we are rising to the challenges of this moment. For example, the Arts Plus organization is offering virtual music lessons delivered digitally and virtually to students. Arts Plus will soon have 95% of those lessons available online. And the Charlotte Children's Choir is now convening virtually as well. Many of the organizations we support are creating digital experiences to serve the community during this difficult time. You can access a list of those experiences on ASC's webpage by clicking on the COVID-19 update. We are taking steps at ASC to ensure that our grant commitments to individuals and to organizations continue over the coming months, despite the volatility in our own sources of revenue. We have suspended some of our education initiatives. We have moved other education initiatives online. We did that when the schools closed, and we have made some difficult decisions that have impacted some of our education staff. We have furloughed some of those positions and some of the teaching artists working on those programs. ASC's leadership team and I are taking significant salary reductions, and we're doing that to avoid further cuts to junior and mid-level staff. That's coming at a time when the workload is increasing as we respond to the organizations and individuals that need our help. The arts and cultural community was among the first to shut down, and we are concerned that we could be among the last to reopen. there are critical public health concerns that will continue to be paramount. Because of that, ASC's role as a convener, as an advocate, those roles are now more critical than ever before. We will work every single day to ensure that the needs of the individuals and organizations we support are lifted up to private and public funders. It is clear with each passing day that our arts, science, and cultural community is essential. In times of crisis, it's not a luxury, it's a lifeline. I want to thank you for your continued support, and please, during this time, continue to stay home and stay safe.